Welcome to the Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Bryan. The Pittsburgh Steelers 2022 bye week has now come and gone, and on the heels of that, it'll be interesting to see how the team plays in their final 9 games. Overall, the Steelers face a schedule in their final 9 weeks that includes several seemingly winnable games, and especially when it comes to opponents outside of their own AFC North division. On the surface, it's hard to expect the Steelers' offense to play much better than they did in the team's first 8 games. That said, we should expect some signs of improvement, and mainly because of who the team will play in the final 9 games. Any improvement, especially from the all-important point-scoring aspect, could be the difference in a few wins and losses, and that's because the play of the defense should be much better in the final 9 games. Or at least that's what I expect to happen. Starting on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints, the Steelers should get 2 key players back on defense in outside linebacker TJ Watt and safety Damontae Kazee. What Watt's return means to the defense doesn't really need much explanation, as it is quite obvious. The return of Kazee should allow the Steelers to be a little more versatile on defense, as we could see quite an uptick in sub-package groupings that include 3 safeties on the field at the same time. Kazee won't be an every down player, mind you, but he could be impactful when on the field just the same. In the team's first 8 games of the season, the Steelers' defense has allowed a staggering number of explosive plays of 20 yards or longer, 43 in total, and only one other team, the Atlanta Falcons, have allowed more. 9 of those 43 plays allowed resulted in touchdowns, and that's a league high entering Week 10. To add some context to that, however, 8 of those 9 explosive play touchdowns allowed came in 2 different games against the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Additionally, 18 of all explosive plays allowed by the Steelers defense to date also came in those 2 games. Excluding the 2 games against the Bills and the Eagles, the Steelers have had an average of 20.7 points a game scored against them. I think they might be able to equal or better that average in at least 6 of their final 9 games. They'll definitely need to if they're going to string together a few wins, because it'll be quite shocking if their offense is able to produce more than 20 points in any one game moving forward. Any game that the Steelers do manage to score more than 20 points in, they better win, and especially with Watt back. In closing, I think it'll be interesting to see the defensive split stats from the first 8 games and the final 9 games, and especially when it comes to areas such as sacks, takeaways, and explosive plays. If the Steelers are going to win another 5 or more games in 2022, it will likely be mainly because of their defense. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.